So we arrived at Fisherman's Village.
Yeah, this is a video about Punta Gorda. Fisherman's Village, was a really cool little, you know, pink, white, and teal buildings,
pastel colors
buildings, all along the harbor there. There were several restaurants that were just delicious. There was live music out at Harpoon Harry's, yeah.
And there's a mall where people came all the time, walked around and shopped, and they would do live music. And we arrived July 4th too.
Right, and there was this big on-the-water parade of swimmers swimming Charlotte Harbor, and all these people following them. That was our plan. We'll take the boat out and do some little sea trials once a week. Learn some stuff. That happened.
It was a good plan.
Twice, maybe once. Was it just once? And that one time was actually, it was really cool, because my sister and new brother-in-law came down to see us for a day on their honeymoon. They'd just gotten married, and they wanted to go out, and we wanted to take them out on our boat.
It forced us into, okay, we're going to take a day off working on the boat, which is all we had been doing.
We made so many mistakes. Yeah. We damaged some things on the boat that day. We were trying to pull the Genoa in while it was under power because we were freaking out. All of a sudden we got these huge gusts of wind that knocked us over. These experienced cruisers would say things like, everything happens more slowly. And now that I experienced that, I know what they mean, but I didn't really know what that meant at the time. We were just expecting the boat to respond like a sports car, but it responds more like a bus. Ooh, I don't know. I see you see that? Look at the edge of the letter where you're pulling it.
I know, it's okay.
It's making little dark. Okay. Stressful. Woohoo! Looks beautiful. Alright, you guys know what we're doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're
renaming the boat. So you're supposed to put champagne. Actually, in the old days, they would take a bottle and they'd break it over the bow whenever there was a new boat. And renaming a boat is kind of the same thing.
Can I open my soda? It's ready to blow.
However you'd like.
Alright, wait. First, who do we have to thank for this boat?
Jesus.
Yep, that's right. We can thank God for it. So we're not worried about it sinking because that's all in His hands, and He's going to take care of that.
I really hope it explodes. It only explodes in the water.
And we don't believe in luck, but we still love our boat, and so we're just going to do this because we're silly and we're so sentimental.
Gonna celebrate.
All right, well, let's pray real quick, though. God, we just thank You that You blessed us with this, that we get to go on this adventure and do these things that a lot of other people don't get to do. We just pray that we be a good representative of you anywhere we go, and I ask for Your safety through all of it. And thanks for our boat. Here we go. All right.
I was praying while you were.
Used to be named the Wanderlust, and she's now the Renovadio, and we're gonna christen her.
I thought you were gonna say.
Woo! Look at that.
Blue way across the boat. What did Mommy and Daddy spend all their time doing?
Working.
Working on what?
The boat.
Make a long story short, we were really overwhelmed when we first got to Punta Gorda with the massive laundry list. At one time, our Excel sheet was 87 items long.
Yeah.
And we're talking items that aren't like, oh, tighten a bolt. It was more like, see what's wrong with this, because we don't even know yet.
The first time it rained.
Oh, everything leaked. Water's pouring in here. It's pouring over these really big stress cracks, especially near the hatches and leading up to the seals. Those all leaked. And right away, there was a big disappointment. Not so much disappointed in the boat. We really love the boat. We love the layout. It's a good, solid hull. But it was
redoing the deck is a lot of work.
It wasn't something we planned on.
A big expense.
It was a big expense, and it was a lot of time. I'm in town one day, and Heather's calling me while we're plugged into shore power at the marina, telling me that the lights are flickering and all the fans are slowing down. And I'm just going, we're plugged into shore power. What's going on? You know, and we had these. That was when we started to discover the major wiring issues. The batteries weren't charging. The batteries were shot, by the way. We learned very quickly from other people at that marina, especially Mark, as well as, of course, a lot of YouTube. Make fun of it all you want, but it's just wonderful. And we rewired a lot of the boat, and it's been working great. And this was par for the course. We had all these projects we thought were maybe an hour tops that would turn into days, over and over and over again.
Yeah, basically, I can't think of a project that wasn't that way.
Yeah, there really were none. Even replacing the roller furling line, you know, was kind of a huge chore. We keep talking about all the bad things, all the discouraging things that happened in Punta Gorda, but there were a lot of good things aside from just meeting a lot of really cool people. We did get a free dinghy. That was really cool. One of the employees at J&R Marine, who was living on the Hard. Obviously, you don't need a dinghy while you're living on the Hard. And yeah, he wanted to give it to us when he saw a family with kids on the boat. And so we decide to buy this engine we didn't get it for like $350. Really good deal. And it was like an 06 Nissan 8. And I don't know any different. It seems to run, right? So a couple days before we're leaving, or we're getting ready to leave, I decide, hey, let's take the whole family in the dinghy, give it a test run. Great idea. So it was kind of nasty and choppy out when we did it too, and I think, what better time to test out our setup here? We take it out.
That we think is fantastic.
Yeah, we take it out into Charlotte Harbor. Everything's great. It gets up on a plane, and I'm like, this is awesome. Life is good. And then dies, you know.
And thankfully, we had purchased 2 paddles.
Yeah, we purchased oars. So this happened a couple of times. I think that it's good. I play with the jets. I change the fuel. I change lines in the fuel tank thinking that it's sucking air, which it was. But anyway, the same thing happens, and twice we get stuck out in the middle of the harbor rowing. I didn't learn my lesson the first time. So realize, you know, there's something wrong with this engine. Okay, gotta find a rebuild kit. Better, look at that. The old one wasn't doing that at all. I rebuilt the whole carburetor. It's all done. Every single part in it, just about, has been replaced. And I put it back together.
How'd it look before you removed it?
Icy wear in different things. And then the jets were definitely plugged, so I sprayed them out. I know what those are now. And this kit that we got for $60 this is the fuel pump, I think, came with the fuel pump rebuild kit as well. So I'm taking the fuel pump apart, might as well rebuild it, and they gave us all the parts, so why not, right? And took it out again later that afternoon, and everything was great. Water maker, we had major issues getting we bought a very nice, high-end water maker used that needed new membranes, but that turned out to be a lot more complex than it sounds to replace the membranes. I mean, all the things that
everything we tried to do.
Everything we tried to do was
and
complex and expensive.
The many hurdles that it had, and
yeah, but we got it done, and we feel pretty good about it, and we learned a lot. But
what we had left to do was just ditch the car and provision the boat so that we'd be ready to head out. And
which you did a fantastic job of.
And we're going to talk about that. You know, how awesome I did. and how I did it and how I made my choices on what to put into the boat versus what not to bring on the boat.
Yeah, we'll do a video about that.
We'll do that next. We'll talk about that next time. So
Yeah, so here you go. This is some of our experiences in Punta Gorda.
what do you think, Will?
Good. See ya.